Well, howdy folks, it's Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician here, making another video for you out of Boise, Idaho area. Today I want to take a moment and make a video for you surrounding this Toyota 4Runner. It's got the 4.7 liter engine in it. Unfortunately, we are going to have to put a new engine in it. That is because the engine is completely shot, no compression. It completely destroyed itself. Let's just cut right to the chase. What happened? Well, the timing belt, as you can see here, hey, look at that Cheetos, yummy. All right, the timing belt, as you can see here, is just completely destroyed. Now, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I have to admit, this timing belt, this whole situation is pretty much on up there with the top 5. I think it's going to make the list of the top 5 of one of the most destroyed engines I've yet to see. So there's the timing belt, and obviously that's what was wrong with it. But ultimately, what happened here? I'm pretty sure what happened after breaking this engine down so that I could get it out. We noticed that right here, there's evidence of a coolant leak. Back here, there's evidence of a coolant leak. These are coolant ports for this engine right here. Coolant runs through the intake and through here and whatnot. And then I also notice here, there's severe evidence of a coolant leak. Now, the water pump is completely seized up and frozen, okay? So with the evidence that I see here, the theory I have is that this Toyota began to leak coolant. Now, this isn't something that would just happen. This is something, the amount of damage that you see here, this took place over the course of time. This didn't just, all of a sudden, this vehicle just all of a sudden, boom, just decided to destroy itself like that. First and foremost, it started leaking coolant everywhere. When I first checked it, the first thing I checked was the radiator. It had zero coolant in it whatsoever. So obviously the first thing that happened was that it leaked all its coolant out, locked up the water pump, overheated, and with the water pump being locked up, everything else overheated, everything else locked up, the belt destroyed itself, and it completely grenaded this engine. Check out this timing pulley right here. Can you believe that? Look at it. It's completely warped, misshaped, and oblong. Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen something like that. When we opened it up, we found bearings laid down in there. This is the timing tensioner. This has completely chewed itself and grenaded itself, and obviously this is where the bearings came from. I gotta admit, on this one, I've never seen that. I cannot comprehend or understand this one with as much experience as I have and some of the things you guys have seen me get into. I cannot comprehend or understand this at all. Somebody obviously had to hear this engine starting to come apart as they were driving down the road. And so that's just something else. This is why it is so important to maintenance and maintain your vehicles around every 80 to 100,000 miles. I normally like to see vehicles come in around every 90,000 miles to receive major service. Around 90 to 100,000 miles, that's when you want to start looking at things like water pumps, timing belts, upper and lower intake gaskets, coolant, all that stuff, because if you don't keep up the snuff with the maintenance on it, this type of thing can happen. Now, what's kind of sad and unfortunate about this is, I mean, this could end up costing as much as $4,000 or $5,000 to ultimately get this engine out of here, get the new one in, get everything up to snuff. That's the average cost of an engine R&R nowadays. This is actually 100% avoidable. Other than just simple negligence, there is no reason why an engine should get like this or be allowed to get like this, so long as you're keeping up with its regular maintenance and all that other stuff. So every 80 to 100,000 miles, and preferably somewhere right in the 90,000 mile range, you want to go ahead and take your vehicle in to have the timing belt or chain service. Nowadays, when it comes to timing chains don't necessarily stretch. But nowadays they use plastic timing guides and all that other stuff. So when you're servicing a timing chain, every 100,000 miles, you're not necessarily doing it to replace the chain. You're doing it so you can replace the plastic guides and guide rails and also the water pump and all that other stuff. Timing belts, absolutely want to do them every 90, 100,000 miles. Water pumps, every 90, 100,000 miles. Gaskets, rubber, all that other stuff, 90 to 100,000 miles. And if you do that and spend the money to do that, then you won't have to worry about spending big money to replace engines and do other things like that. So it's just unfortunate, but I found a good engine. Now, this vehicle, for those of you that are probably wondering, this vehicle only has 162,000 miles on it. And for a Toyota 4Runner, that's extremely low miles. Technically, this engine wasn't even broken in yet. Toyota 4Runner engines, the 4.7. Well, the Toyota 4.0, 4.7 liter engines, and just about any Toyota engine out there, they don't even begin to break in until around 220,000 miles. So you know, poor car. I kind of just look at it and I think, oh, you poor car, I'm gonna take good care of you. So that's what we're going to be doing, is getting in here and replacing the engine, all that other stuff. But I just wanted to share that information for those of you that may not know, in case you were wondering why you should spend a decent amount of money to have your timing serviced, your water pump serviced, and all that other stuff. Well, here is the reason why. Something that would have normally cost anywhere from like $1,200 on up for a complete timing, water pump, ignition coil, spark plugs, for a complete service like that, has now turned into a $3,000 to $5,000 ordeal. So be careful out there. Take good care of your vehicles. Make sure you maintain them and maintenance them. Always question your mechanic, but at the same time, do what you can to trust him when he says, hey, we need to spend $1,200 and maintenance your vehicle, because you not spending that $1,200 today could end up costing you $4,000 or $5,000 a few months down the road. So there you go, folks. Well, hey guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me and watching my videos and supporting my channel. I'm going to be posting more and more videos. I've been so busy trying to get this shop up and running and going, and all these projects out of here, some of these monkeys that are on my back out of here and all that other stuff. I haven't posted much, but it looks like this next week or so is going to slow down a little bit, so I'll be able to start posting some more again. So make sure you keep watching the channel, and thank you, everybody. This is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, signing off.